Today we are listening to King Crimson in the Court of the Crimson King. This album is an absolute classic, okay? This thing is one of the most celebrated rock albums, prog rock albums of all time. Everyone who's heard this thing loves this thing, thinks it's a masterpiece. It's commonly ranked among like the top 100 albums of all time, stuff like that. This thing is the definition of a classic. I've heard one song off of this album. I've heard 21st Century Schizoid Man, obviously. Everybody has heard that song, but besides that, I don't think I've heard everything else. The album is only 5 tracks, but it's also 44 minutes, which is interesting. There's a couple of longer songs on here. Moonchild is 12 minutes. The Court of the Crimson King is also 10 minutes, so I'm interested to see how those longer tracks pan out. This thing came out in 1969 as well. I always thought this was a late 70s album, but no, it's a late 60s album. I'm excited to see how this thing is aged. I'm excited to see if the 60s prog can live up to some of the later stuff in the genre. With that being said, I am just going to get straight into this. Track 1, 21st Century Schizoid Man. It's iconic right there. I love how explosive of an opener this is. It really, like, kicks the door down. Can't believe these guys copied Kanye. Exactly. Oh, that bass. Oh, these drums, they are recorded so well. They're recorded so well. I think I've said this in a different video before, but, one of the things that's always so hit or miss with like older albums like this is the drums and how they're recorded. When you get a good drum sound on an older album, they sound so good, but when you get a bad drum sound, they always sound like complete ass. They sound so good here, particularly the toms. The toms sound incredible. Oh my, bro, I love how jazzy this is. It's so cool. This is so good. I've heard this song so many times. I have heard this song so many times. But every single time I hear it again, I'm just blown away. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's so well orchestrated. It's so well recorded. Every single section, the transitions between them, it's so smooth. The pacing is fantastic. Like, this is actually one of the best album openers maybe ever. It's so good. That's so cool. The way they're playing with dynamics as well, like, it feels more jazzy than it does rock, and I love it. And then it comes back in with a main, oh my god. Yeah, that's 21st Century Schizoid Man. When I first heard this song, I didn't really like it. I'm gonna be honest. I remember the first time I heard this song, I was like, what the hell are these vocal effects? This sounds dated as hell. The way it's implementing jazz is so awkward. I hate this. But then I realized, wait, hold on, this is like one of the best album openers ever. Yeah, vocal effects, well, I guess it's not really an effect. The way the vocals are recorded works perfectly in context of the song, making it sound all like robotic and static? Static isn't the right word. I don't know what word I'm trying to think of. Sounds very robotic, basically, is what I'm trying to say. The way the jazz is implemented is amazing. It's so good. It's so fun and vibrant. And, like, it's such an in-your-face way to start this album off. And I love it. I love that the album just kicks the door down straight away and shows you how wild of a ride it's going to be right out of the gate. And also, the song's 7 minutes and it doesn't feel like it. It is 7.5 minutes. It goes by like that. It flies by. And also, I need to talk about how well this is aged. This sounds immaculate for coming out in the late 60s. I always thought this was late 70s. But no, this is late 60s. This sounds so good. It's aged perfectly. Song is a 10 right there. Song is a, like, double-digit 10. One of the best album openers I have ever heard. It's so good. And I know it's such a generic thing to say that it's 21st Century Schizoid Man, one of the best album openers, but it really is. It actually really is. There are a few album openers that are on the same level as ridiculous fun as that. Is this considered to be the first prog rock album or no? I think so. It's considered one of the first, I'm pretty sure. Right, I have heard, I think, nothing else from this album. I don't think I've heard, like, a single other song. Yep, I have not heard any other songs from this album. Next track, I Talk to the Wind. This one feels a lot more 60s. This one feels very 60s, but in a good way. It doesn't feel 60s in a way that's dated. It feels 60s in a way that's like the best of that era of rock music. This sounds fantastic already, and I'm only a minute in. I'm on the outside, looking inside. Yeah, it is. I will admit this is a bit of like a complete tone shift from the first song, with the first song almost feeling like a big jazzy thing like that. Is that called big band? My knowledge of like jazz stuff isn't very good. It feels like what I think is called a big band song, and then go into this that feels like almost, how do I put it, almost a more jazzy Beatles song. The contrast between the two is a bit like, it feels a bit abrupt, but I am just in love with the sound of this, so I don't really mind. Just use up my time. Is that a marimba? Or is that I can't tell if that's a guitar or a marimba. Oh my god, the drums sound so, dude. You hear how full those toms sound, you hear how resonant they are, you hear how much depth there is to the toms. It's insane to me that like they can make music that they made music that sounded this good with the equipment they had 60 years ago. It's ridiculous. Yeah, the implementation of the woodwind stuff it's so good. Like all of these flutes. It's actually gorgeous. I'm blown away by like just how pretty this song is. We're getting an actual flute solo. Oh my god. Also, one thing I've just noticed. Okay, the drum. Oh, what's the drummer for this band called? Keeping time on the upbeats with the stepped hi-hats. You don't see drummers keeping time with their left feet much anymore, and I don't know why. It's so cool. I love when they do it, particularly jazz drummers, because they keep time on the upbeats. So cool. People need to start doing that more. Is this going to transition? It is, in fact, going to transition. Incredible transition. I apologize for interrupting that. That was another absolutely incredible, nearing perfect song. 9.7. The only reason it doesn't get a 10 is because I do feel like there's a bit of an abrupt switch from the first track, going from this big, all over the place, jazzy punch in the face to start the album off to this really pretty atmospheric song with a lot of woodwind stuff going on. It's a bit of an abrupt change, but I don't care because the song sounds flawless. There is a flute solo in this song, okay? That instantly gives the song a minimum of a 9 because it has a flute solo. But then you have some of the most gorgeous atmospheric instrumental elements going on. Incredible vocal performances, incredible vocal layering. Immaculate pacing. This song is like actually near perfect. Up next we have Epitaph. I'm probably saying that wrong. I do kind of agree with you, James. I feel like the cover is a bit overrated, but I don't think it's terrible. I think it is actually a nice cover, especially in context with how the music has sounded so far. It looks like a guy going through the most insane, like, mental whiplash ever, and having it be so cartoony adds a lot of flavor to it, especially with like the nostrils being as like massive as they are as well. I like the cover. I don't think it's one of the best of all time, but I like it. How do you get bass that's recorded this good in the 60s? You hear how thick that bass sounds? Is this guy playing with double bass? Double bass being used in the 60s? He's either that guy's got a very fast right foot, or he was playing with double bass there, which I don't think I've ever heard in 60s music. That's cool. Oh, that string arrangement, damn. I think that is a double bass. Yeah, that's cool. Oh my god. Something so cinematic about all of this. Like, I don't think this is a concept album. I'm not picking up on any concept at this point, at least. There is something about this that feels very cinematic. Hello. How's it going, everyone? How are we? Oh, that's off-center. There we go, that's a bit better. How's it going, everyone? We need Mezzanine. Mezzanine will be coming soon. Mezzanine will be coming soon. I put a poll up in the Discord asking if the people wanted Mezzanine or Remain in Light, and Remain in Light won, which I'm honestly cool with, because I have not been able to stop listening to one of the songs off of this album recently. It's a very good song, fucking fantastic song, perfect song, I would say, and it's made me very excited to listen to this album. Let me pull up said album real quick. Remain in Light. There we go. Remain in Light. 8 tracks, 40 minutes, huh? Okay. Yeah, I've heard 2 songs off this album. I like both of them. Both of them are good. I'm excited for this. Let me actually inform the Discord that we are live. How's it going, Ryan? Welcome. Son of a bitch. Give me a sec. Get this up here. There we go. Cool, and then I'll just move this. That can, if I refresh that. Alright, I'll inform the Discord that we're live, and then I'll hit record. We're doing the Autistic album. Is that what this album's known as? The Autistic album? Yeah? Oh, fuck, I don't have a notepad up. That's not good. I gotta keep track of my scores and shit. It is now? Alright. It's not been a year. I can assure that, because when I was playing Minecraft with Gage, merely last week you were there. So it's not been a year, half-bath. Also, chat, I want to fill you in on some lore, okay? The personal lore. So as you all know, I went on a date on Wednesday. It went well, okay? It went pretty well. We're going out again next week on Wednesday again. So the submission stream on Wednesday will be done either Tuesday or Thursday. But yeah, listen. I gotta prioritize the peak dating life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it went well. I'm glad it did. You're my son. You are not... Jesus Christ. I'm out here spitting the real lore, and Afbaf's trying to create some fake lore. This is crazy. What do you mean, no? Anyway, now that the lore's out of the way... Oh, not your son, Afbaf's son? Wow. Crazy. With all of this fake lore out of the way, and with my real lore out of the way, we're going to hit record, and we're going to get going. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Human Reviews channel, and today we are listening to Remain in Light by Talking Heads. We have been doing nothing but classics recently. Like, my previous 3 reactions have all been classics. We did the Talk Talk album, we did In the Court of the Crimson King, and now we're doing Remain in Light as well. We're doing nothing but the classics, playing nothing but the original heaters, you know what I'm saying? And I'm honestly happy about it, because I've been loving listening to these older celebrated albums. It's been great. Remain in Light. I have heard 2 songs off this album. I've heard Cross-Eyed and Painless, and I've heard The Great Curve. I have not been able to stop listening to Cross-Eyed and Painless recently. I have had that song on repeat so much. It is such a good song. It is perfect. It is literally like the song that made me want to cover this album as soon as I have. Because, like, it is mind-blowing how incredible that song is, okay? And if the rest of the album can live up to that, this is going to be, like, a absolute favorite for me. I'm going to pretend I didn't read that. This album came out in 1980. It is 8 songs, 40 minutes. That kind of surprised me. I didn't expect it to be only 8 songs, but that's cool. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do with some of these longer songs. Like, they got a couple 6-minute songs on here. There's a 5-minute song as well. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do with these longer lengths for the tracks. And with that being said, I think I'm just going to get straight into this. Alright, track 1, Born Under Punches. The Heat Goes On. A very funky start. I love what the bass is doing here. I love the little slap bass bits that are being added in here. It sounds fantastic. The production, firstly, is the first thing I want to point out. The production is absolutely gorgeous. The sound of this is amazing. Don't you miss it? Some of you people just about missed it.
smashing it. No thanks. I'm a government man.
The other thing I want to mention is David Byrne's amazing vocals. I love everything I've heard with Talking Heads. One of my favorite things have been David Byrne's vocals. I think they are so captivating. They're so charming. They're so silly, but at the same time very endearing. I think it matches perfectly with the sound of what they're going for here. I absolutely love his vocal performance here. Yeah, I did see that Brian Eno helped produce this, yeah. Oh my god. Do a Wheel of Albums tomorrow? Possibly. I'm not sure just yet, but maybe. I noticed he does that same thing on Cross-Eyed and Painless, where he's repeating and the heat goes on and the heat goes on, repeating it. Where he's like repeating the most catchy part of the song over and over again. He does the same thing on Cross-Eyed and Painless, where he says, what does he say? He says, "I'm still waiting" over and over again. I wonder if that's gonna be like a running thing that he does a lot on this album. I like the fade out. Fade out makes sense here. It works. That was good. That was very good. Yeah, that was a very funky, energetic opener. Incredibly captivating, silly, charming vocal performance from David Byrne. Catchy as all hell. The heat goes on thing going over and over through the track. That is so catchy. I can guarantee that's going to be stuck in my head like Cross-Eyed and Painless has been for like the past week. Yeah, this is a great tone setter of an opener. Yeah, I have like little to no complaints. I really, really like that. I don't think it's like the most mind-blowing song of all time. It's just very catchy, fun, and enjoyable. And sometimes that's all you need. I would give this song a 9.3. Very strong way to start the album off. Next up, a song I've already heard, a song I've not been able to stop listening to recently. We have Cross-Eyed and Painless.
Lost my shape, trying to act casual. Can't stop. I might end up in the hospital, changing my shape. I feel like an accident. They're back to explain their experience.
Oh, bro, it's shit's so good.
I'm ready to leave.
Like, come on. Oh, what just happened? Okay, nothing happened. Thank God. Oh, I thought I like accidentally crashed the stream then or something. This is so good. This is so good. This is like actually perfect right here. It is like it takes how funky and fun and fresh the first song was, and it just cranks it up to 11 here. This is, bro. Like there is no song that is able to make me move as much as this song does. You know what I'm saying? This is like it's so good.
That's lost. But I never seem to be. Nothing there. No information left of any kind. Lifting my head, looking for the danger signs. There was a line, there was a formula, sharp as a knife. Fox got a hole in us. There was a line, there was a formula, sharp as a knife. Fox got a hole in us.
Having the cowbell going through is sounding like a metronome. That's so cool. I agree. This is so good. The vocal performance is even like a step up here from the previous track somehow.
The island of doubt. It's like a taste of medicine. Working by hindsight. Got the message from the oxygen. I'm making a list. Find the course of opportunity. Doing it right. Facts are useful in emergencies. Theories lifting my head, looking around inside. Facts are simple and facts are straight. Facts are lazy and facts are late. Facts all come with points of view. Facts don't do what I want them to. Facts just twist the truth around. Facts are living turned inside out.
Hey,
Facts are getting the best
he even
of
starts spitting some bars on this track as well. I mean, come on. There are certain songs that I feel like everyone can enjoy. This is one of those songs. I can't imagine... I just don't... I can't imagine someone not, like, thinking this is at least a fun song. This song, for me, is a 10. This is one of the catchiest songs I have ever heard. It has been stuck in my head for days. I've not been able to stop replaying it. I love this song. To a degree that I don't love... like, even, like, other songs that I've given 10s. This song is, like, a step above. This is, like... I imagine with time, this is gonna grow to be within maybe, like, my top 50 songs of all time. This is so ridiculously good, in my opinion. It ain't that good? It is. For me, it is. I love that song to such an insane degree. It's insane. It's amazing. So good. Yeah, definitely. Like, that song was basically the reason I'm listening to this album, like, as soon as I am, you know what I'm saying? It's actual heat. It's actual heat. Next track, the only other song I've already heard off of this album, we have The Great Curve.
Sometimes the world has a load of questions. Seems like the world knows nothing at all. The world is near, but it's out of reach. Some people touch it, but they can't hold on. She is moving to describe the world. She has messages for everyone. She is moving by remote control. Hands that guide her are invisible. The world has a way of looking at people. Sometimes we feel that the world is wrong. She loves the world and all the people in it. She shakes them up when she starts to walk. She is only partly human being. She finds the possibilities. Holding on for an eternity. Ending without finishing.
Super creative solo. That's so cool. I'm surprised at how catchy this album is. That's not what I expected from it. Like, I didn't expect every song to be as catchy as Cross-Eyed and Painless was.
Moving by remote
That's so cool. The way wait. I just noticed that the way every single different vocal take there all combines into that World of Light. But I thought it was all different takes, but no, it's all of like those same takes being mashed into one there. I thought that was just switching to a completely different one. That's cool. I never noticed that. Like, I love how much fluidity this song has, like, particularly with the vocals, the way all of these different takes are moving in and out of sync with each other. It just feels so fluid and smooth, like, it's insanely impressive. Yeah, I'd heard that song before, but it had been a little while since I've heard it. I didn't actually remember too much about it. That was just as good. Well, maybe not just as good, but it was almost as good as Cross-Eyed and Painless. I'd give that song a 9.8. It's bordering on a 10. That is just 6.5 minutes of just pure, insane, catchy, funky energy that is so infectious, so lively, so vibrant. It doesn't waste a single second. Like, everything feels so intentional. The fluidity of the song, the way it switches up, the two solos that are in there, the one in the middle of the track and then the one right at the end. That was just as good as I remember it being. That was actually amazing. This album is very impressive so far. I'm loving this. Next track, Once in a Lifetime.
You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack, and you may find yourself in another part of the world, and you may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile, and you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife, and you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down.
That's this song? I've heard this. Okay, I didn't know this was a Talking Heads song. Okay. I had no idea this was a Talking Heads
And you
song.
may ask yourself, where is that large automobile? And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. 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 Water dissolving and water removing. There is water at the bottom of the ocean. Under the water, carry the water. Remove the water at the bottom of the ocean. Water dissolving and water
That was cool. Yeah, there we go, chat bait.
You may ask yourself, what is that beautiful house? You may ask yourself, where does that highway go to? And you may ask yourself, am I right? Am I wrong? And you may say to yourself, my God, what have I done? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again, into the silent water, under the rocks and stones. There is water underground. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again, after the money's gone. Once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Look where my hand was. Time isn't holding up. Time isn't after us. Same as it ever was. 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 Here, Twister comes. Here comes the Twister. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
I'm been impressed by the use of the fade outs on this album. Has every song had a fade out up to this point? I think every song's had a fade out, and I've actually liked all of them. All of the fade outs have felt appropriate. Which is something that like never happens when I'm listening to an album. I normally hate the fade outs. But no, they're good here. I've heard that song before, obviously. That is a pretty iconic song. I had no clue it was a Talking Heads song, to be honest. I legit had no idea. I didn't even recognize it from the title either. Yeah, that song is iconic. It's fantastic. Surprisingly fits really well in context to the album as well. How's the album been so far? You never heard Talking Heads before? This album has been fucking heat so far. Front to back bangers. Well, we're only halfway through, but it's been nothing but bangers so far. Yeah. So that song's just as catchy as all the others. Maybe I'm a little biased in its catchiness because I've heard it so many times before. But I feel like it does genuinely fit in on this album. It is genuinely very sweet. Again, very vibrant and unique. It is just so sweet and so, I guess, uplifting. That's a surprising thing about this album is how uplifting it's been. Like, this has been a surprisingly, like, very cheery, goofy, fun album up to this point, but done in, like, the best, most impressive and charming way possible. What's it most similar to? I don't know what I'd say it's most similar to. I mean, it definitely feels very 80s. You can tell that Talking Heads are one of the biggest influences over, like, the 80s, because this feels very 80s, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would compare this to just, like, a lot of 80s rock music, you know what I'm saying? And also, they, of course, Talking Heads have had lots of influences on bands like Radiohead as well. So you can draw comparisons there. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Talking Heads are a very unique band. Very influential band as well. Yeah, Once in a Lifetime. Very good song. Not my absolute favorite up to this point, but it's fantastic. And I'm kind of shocked that this song was on this album. But it's cool. I give that one a 9.6. Very good. Man, I'm tired. Next track, Houses in Motion.
For a long time I felt without style or grace, wearing shoes with no socks.
Yeah,
in cold
the Joe
weather.
Biden review and then the Rishi Sunak review.
Was in the right place. I knew I'd be able to do these things. As we watch him digging his own grave, it was important to know that was where he's at. Can't afford to stop. That is what he believed. He'll keep on digging for 1,000 years.
Yeah. Watch the once in a lifetime vid.
Never get to talk,
Remind me at the end of the album. I'll watch it at the end of the album.
but not too much. Right about then, it's where she give up. She has closed her eyes. She has given
When
up
is the
hope.
next human review? I don't know. I need to figure out what human I should review first. The vocals sound sort of off key in a good way. Yeah, ask people to send their faces and to rate them. Literal human reviews. Jesus Christ. Yeah, my favorite thing about this album so far has definitely been David Byrne. His vocal performances are the thing that stand out the most to me. Like his singing is just so infectious and so lively. Like he's just such a charismatic presence on this album that I it's just the thing that I've been like paying the most attention to, like by far. Ooh. What the fuck is that? What is that? Oh. I couldn't see it very well from just looking over at, like, my thing here. I could not tell what that was. You know, you were kind of cooking with this right here. This does definitely remind me of Stevie Wonder. Yeah. I will say, out of every song so far, this one is my least favorite, but not by a lot. This song was still extremely catchy. I think this one had still a very funky instrumental that stood out a lot. David Byrne still providing an incredible vocal performance. I feel like the pacing is still fantastic. It's just out of every song so far, this is just the one that stood out to me the least. It's still incredible. I still think it's like an amazing song that I'm going to be returning to a lot. But I just feel like in comparison to the other songs, it is my personal least favorite up to this point. I would give this one... I think I'll give this one an 8.8. 8.9. It's like bordering on a 9. Okay, it's an 8.9 for me. Still amazing. Still absolutely fantastic. Just of all the tracks up to this point, it's my personal least favorite. Next up, Seen and Not Seen. I need to be more harsh. Bro, I've just been listening to too much good music recently. I need to start listening to some more bad albums, you know what I'm saying? I've been listening to like King Crimson and Talking Heads, fucking stuff like that. I need to listen to like a bad album. I want an angry video again, you know? How's it going, Aaron? Make a vid on the Ghostbusters thing, not a chance in hell.
In movies, on TV, in magazines, and in books. He thought that some of these faces might be right for him, and that through the years, by keeping an ideal facial structure fixed in his mind, or somewhere in the back of his mind,
because it's low effort.
that he might, by force of will, cause his face to approach those of his ideal. The change would be very subtle. It might take 10 years or so. Gradually his face would change its shape. More hooked nose, wider, thinner lips, beady eyes, a larger forehead. He imagined that this was an ability he shared with most other people. They had also molded their faces according to some ideal. Maybe they imagined a new face would better suit their personality. Or maybe they imagined that their personality would be forced to change to fit the new appearance.
I'm liking the very robotic performance on this
This is why
song.
first impressions are often correct.
I did not know. I wanted to, but
Some
I
people
didn't.
might have made mistakes. They may have arrived
More
at an
subs?
appearance
Give me the
there
idea.
was no relationship
I need more
to
subs.
them.
Okay. We'll like
They
how
may
those
have
numbers.
picked an ideal appearance based on some childish whim or momentary impulse. Some may have gotten halfway there. And then
Oh, my name's in the
changed their
chat. Hello.
minds.
Make better videos, yeah. Part of it was his reaction to the Fantana review. That's cool.
He wonders if he too might have made a similar mistake.
Legit. People are so mixed on it. What, the Porter Robinson album? I thought the album was great. This is by far the most chill song on the album up to this point, and I really appreciate that. I should differentiate my treats, like maybe get my viewers to vote for the song rating. Oh, figure out like a general rating for it. That could be cool. Doing like my rating for the album and then general rating for the album. You might be cooking with that. I ever check out any Jimi Hendrix? Yes, I want to listen to Electric Ladyland for a video at some point. Find the average of me in the chat. Yeah, I could do like my score and then chat average, yeah. Anyway, seen or not seen. It's the most chill on the album up to this point, and I really appreciate it. It has a very robotic vocal performance that I feel like fits the tone of the song very well. It's so weird and like off. Feels like being in some sort of like limbo state in like a dream or something like that. I don't even know. The song was very odd, but that makes it very appealing to me. Like, I feel like it scratches a very particular itch in my brain that makes me appreciate it a lot. It's not one of the ones I'm going to return to the most, but I feel like it's going to be one of my favorites on, like, an album listen. So for that reason, I'm going to give this one a 9.4, I think. 9.2. Because I don't feel like I like it more than the first song. Yeah, 9.2. Next up, we have Listening Wind. Yeah, I've loved everything I've heard off of Electric Ladyland. We've got 2 more songs left, including this one. Damn. Yeah, Morning Glory by Oasis. That's an album that the majority of people seem to really enjoy, but I don't get it. I think the album sucks. Yeah. That's fair. But no, for me, that Oasis album's like a 2 out of 10.
sense of the wind around him. He feels the power of the past behind him. He has the knowledge of the wind to guide him on.
It is 10 to 5.
Wind in my heart, dust in my head, dust in my head. Wind in my heart, wind in my heart, come to drive them away, drive them away.
Yeah, I can see that, Chivo, yeah.
Wind in my heart, wind in my heart.
Okay.
Dust in my head, dust in my head.
Okay, fade out. Probably my least favorite fade out so far, but I don't think it's terrible. Of all of the songs so far, that was lyrically my favorite. I actually got invested in the story of that track. I got very invested in what he was talking about there with, I'm guessing this, with it being this person and the Americans came and invaded and built all fancy houses and are using these people as slaves. I felt like that was done in a very interesting way, and it was very well written, and David Byrne's vocal performance really helped to elevate that. But I will say there is a part of me that's missing the very high energy, fun, catchy tracks at the beginning. I feel like these a song like this, I as much as I still think it was a very solid song, one that I feel like is still strong as all hell, and that I don't think it's like it doesn't have anything bad about it. I just kind of do miss the very energetic and, you know, vibrant, over the top stuff that was towards the beginning of the album. But that's not to say, again, it's not to say the song is bad. You know, it's still good. You know, I still would give it like an 8.8. But I just don't feel like it appeals to me as much as some of the earlier tracks, you know what I'm saying? Where is bro living where it's 4:53 England? Final track, The Overload. there's something off of the Pink Floyd's The Wall. You know, it's kind of ironic. I just said about that previous song that I was missing the more catchy, over-the-top, silly stuff that was at the front of the album. But honestly, this really slow, foreboding, menacing track at the end here is actually, like, very strong. This is such a strong way to close this. Like, this is so effective.
The center is missing. Question how
do another album. I'm not gonna be doing another album tonight, but we might do a wheel of albums tomorrow, and I want to go for a long. If we do, I want to go for a long time. No, we're not doing Electric Ladyland. We do Unknown Pleasures? I've already listened to Unknown Pleasures before. Unknown Pleasures is very good. Closer then. What? That's a crazy comment right there. And that was Remaining Light. Whoa, voice crack. That was Remain in Light. Pretty fantastic. This album lived up to my expectations. It was great. This closer, The Overload, very good. I love how foreboding and menacing it is. It feels like something like disgusting, like being unveiled or something like that. It's legitimately such an effective way to close the album off. It reminds me of the album cover a lot. Like, this song feels the most like it fits with the album cover, if you get what I mean. Like, all of these people's faces like being turned into digital mush or whatever. It's very cool. It's a very nice closer. It's not my absolute favorite song on the album or anything like that, but I will say it definitely is very effective. And it feels like a very fitting way to end an album like this off. 9.4 for me. Very good. Great closer. Remaining Light. It's a very good album. Fantastic album. A classic for a reason. I don't think it's like a 10 out of 10 or anything like that. But I feel like the front half of this album is packed with insanely catchy, fun, high energy songs that I feel like would fit in the background of like any honestly, any situation. I could see myself returning to, like, the front half of this album a bunch, because like every song on the front half is just banger after banger. Like, it is nothing but heat. And then the second half slows it down a little bit. It reveals a more intense, emotionally impactful, deeper side to the album that I feel like isn't quite as strong as the first half, but still has its moments where it reaches such insane highs, like on the closer here and on Seen and Not Seen as well, that it still is, like, great. It's not as great as the first half, but it still is, like, just really well put together, insanely well paced. I feel like the flow of the album is also strong as hell as well. This is just an insanely enjoyable experience front to back, and one that I only imagine will grow on me with time. Yeah, this album is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to add up my scores, and then I will tell you what my overall score for this album is. Nine 9.3, 10, 10, 9.6, 8.9, 9.2, 8.8, and 9.4. Divide that by 8. Okie dokie. This is one of the few times where I get an actual, like, exact on the dot score. I'm feeling a 9.4, and exactly a 9.4, not like a 9.432 or anything like that. It's exactly a 9.4. I don't see that a lot. Yeah, this album's incredible. Lived up to the hype. I am so glad to have finally checked this out. I'm definitely going to be returning to this thing numerous times in the future, probably a lot. And I only imagine this thing will grow on me, to be honest. This is just an insanely enjoyable, impactful, fun, energetic as hell listen that I feel like anyone who hasn't heard this album should definitely check it out at least once, because I feel like at the bare minimum you're going to come out really enjoying probably Cross-Eyed and Painless and The Great Curve. I feel like those are two songs that I feel like anyone can really enjoy. And that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe. We're on our way to 2,000 subs, okay? We're trying to hit it quick. Let me know what other albums you want me to listen to in the future, what other Talking Heads albums you want me to listen to in the future as well. Let me know what you thought of this album down below. Do you love it, or do you think it's overrated? Check out the links in the description to my Discord, gaming channel, Twitter, and my album of the year. Check those all out if you haven't yet. Again, subscribe, and I will see you all whenever I next stream or upload. Bye-bye. As always, I'm not done with you people yet. You don't get to leave. Whoa, the chat just the chat was not keeping up. Love that. 9 out of 10 for you, 8 out of 10. LCD sound system is 10 times better though. Alright. Jesus, I actually got flashbanged. Time to write a review. Firstly, I want to put my track ratings in. 93, 100, 100, 96, 89, 92, 88, and 94. It's a good album. So let me get this up so I can read the chat. Thought the third track was 98. When I went to unlike it and then relike it again, I saw that I'd given it a 10 before, because I like to have all the songs like bunched together on my liked songs. So yeah, I saw that I'd given it a 10 before, so I was like, yeah, I'll just bump it up to a 10, might as well. It's probably gonna be a 10 on a re-listen anyway. Got to do movie content? Yes, I want to do an X-Men ranking. I really want to do an X-Men ranking. I just got to find the time to be able to do it properly. Impactful. I'm very good at spelling today. It's a good album. It's a good album. I need to start listening to bad albums, because look at this. This is terrible, okay? 94, 97. That's a single. 74. I gave this album an 11. But then 90, 82, 82, Rewrote My Moonshake Pool Review, that's a 98, 90. I want more bad albums, okay? I want more 1 out of 10s, 2 out of 10s, 3 out of 10s. I want more stuff like that, you know? I want to have an angry video. Once in a lifetime music video. Yes, I will be checking that out momentarily. Can I get my face cam? I can. That is... That's tilted. That's better. Alright, let's check out this music video. Oh, Jesus Christ. The flashbang. What is that? Yo. What the hell was that? What the fuck? What was that? What? Yo, they're trying to get me taken down. I'm not watching that. What have I been... What, bro? That's just like YouTube recommending me some bullshit, bro. That's not my fault. Alright, I'm turning this up. Oh, wait, hold on. You guys can't hear this. There we go. Let me know if it's too loud or turn it down a bit. Review that video? No. That was pretty loud. Hold on, I'm going to turn it down a bit. I'm not reviewing that video. It's a live stream, by the way.
And you may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. And you may find yourself in another part of the world. And you may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile. And you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife. And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here?
Oh, I think I've seen this video.
And you may ask yourself, how do I work this? And you may ask yourself,
This is once in a lifetime. This is from the album.
and you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Same as it ever was. 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 You may ask yourself,
was a very 80s video, yeah. You weren't lying. That video is kind of fire. He's dressed like Bill Nye. Yeah. They did kind of cook with that. They kind of cooked with that video. There we go. Cool. Anyway, I think that's it for me. I would give that video a strong 8 out of 10. It's very 80s. I've seen the bit of the video before. He's doing the silly little walk. I've seen that before. I didn't piece it in my head that it was Talking Heads thing, but yeah, I've seen that little bit of the video before. Yes, it was a good video. Good job, Talking Heads. Good album, Talking Heads. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get this video out Monday. Probably gonna be out on Monday, I think. Hopefully. Yeah, if not Monday, then it'll probably be tomorrow if I don't end up doing a Wheel of Albums. Yeah, so either tomorrow if I don't end up doing a Wheel of Albums, if I do end up doing a Wheel of Albums, it'll be Monday. Yeah, that is it for me. Thank you guys for being here. Shay, Ryan K, Fraser, Michael, James, everyone who was here, thank you for showing up. We will probably be back tomorrow. I hate that. This right here, I don't condone this. I don't condone this either. That's just mean. Yeah, that's it for me. Bye-bye. See you guys tomorrow. See you later. Goodbye. Have a good day. Goodbye. Wait, hold on. God damn it, I didn't click end.